Cynthia. Welcome to my flosstube channel. Today I thought I'd make a departure from my usual cross-stitch discussion and show a Christmas home tour for 2019. Our home is simple and has a lot of kids, so please pardon any extra clutter, but we enjoy our space, and I've said this before, but it doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks for visiting. Our entryway has a rose gold tree from Walmart. It was about $15, $16. And rose gold is one of my favorite colors, so I use that in the front space. I have these little German ornaments that came from, before it was At Home, it used to be called Garden Ridge, if any of y'all remember that. And I collected these German ornaments in a big box, so they're really cute. I need more ornaments on this, but that'll happen next year. I also have a wire lamp frame there with family photos and a lantern that I stuff with a nest. These quilts came from great-grandmothers and they rest over the top of the stair rail there. In this corner hutch, I collect snow babies. They're not vintage. They were purchased over the last couple of decades. Some are ornaments that I suspend from a tree branch, and some were Christmas themed specifically. I put them in some, it's called angel hair. It looks kind of like wispy clouds. And I use all muted tones in this corner with pastels and silver. Pictures of all four of my kids. That's a sign I painted last year. I found this bottle brush wreath at the Goodwill a couple years ago. It matches my front room really well, so glad to have that. I also picked up this Santa a long time ago, about 20 plus years, and he looks a little worse for the wear, but I still like him. Another rose gold accent there with a sign from Target that I got last year. And those trees are from Target Dollar Spot, mostly last year. I made that candle holder out of some Goodwill candles and milk glass. I'm slowly adding to this galvanized village. I picked up these pieces this year at Target Dollar Spot, Walmart, and the church came from Marshall's. I need to get some batteries for the church so it lights up. There's a lot of glare, but this is a German lithograph of the 10 Commandments that my grandmother gave me when I was in high school. And this isn't really decorated for Christmas. It's just a hutch full of my McCoy pottery collection. Mostly McCoy, some other vintage pottery. There's my grandmother's cross stitch on top. In this front window, I have a white tree. I think I got it for like $30 from Walmart, and I try to keep the ornaments in the same color family as the front room. It's hard to see in this video because the light from the window is behind, but that's my favorite color in the front, this kind of seafoam mint. And there's Gandalf, our ornery new cat that my daughter brought home. That's a favorite ornament from At Home. A lot of these were handmade ornaments or from the Dollar Tree. That star was a gift from my mom. craft space is a little messy right now. I keep promising a video of this, but I actually think I'm going to move all of this upstairs and move the piano over here so I can have a long dining table in this front room. And the printer's going to go to the kitchen, so I'll film that once I get it all sorted out. Now we're headed into the kitchen. Doesn't have a lot of decorations. My son made this candy from a paper plate. I thought it was cute. Probably a couple years ago. My tier tray is holding my penguin that I made a couple weeks ago, and some hot cocoa supplies, Nestle, and a little vintage reindeer from the Cracker Barrel my mom got me. It's actually a salt and pepper shaker, so the other one's below here. I hand painted those candy canes, made them from muslin. There he is, peeking out. I got this little tier tray from the Target dollar spot last fall, a couple months ago, and I have some Kissing Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus from Dollar Tree last year. Gingerbread houses from this year. There's a vintage hanky from my grandma and some candy. That was the theme of the kitchen. And here's my new Barbara Anna elf helper cross stitch on a old ceiling tile, and some Lori Mitchell elves. Those were a huge deal. I found on eBay for $20. They retail for about $70, I believe. They're so cute. Our favorite holiday blend from Starbucks. We only get that as a treat, not usually. I don't have a lot of decoration on top of the fridge that changed, but it usually looks like that. My kids make reindeer and Christmas art and bring home from school, so that gets put up year after year. There's Santa's feet and several reindeer. This one's falling down. I made these pigs from muslin last summer, and they live here in the middle of the table where they won't come to any harm. A little advent from Marshall's, I believe, last year. And this is a placeholder for my next chalkboard cross stitch. I just used a Dollar Tree sign. I liked the burlap flags at the top, but that will be a cross stitch piece eventually. More artwork. And here I am trying to fix the reindeer that won't stay up. That came home yesterday, so the tape isn't sticking to this cold window. The weather outside is pretty bleak today in Texas. There's a little red truck and a little elf from a couple years ago. The trampoline is the kids' main source of outdoor fun, so it's right there where I can see them. I made that bless sign from some wood I found in a field across the street from our old house in Oklahoma. And I love the chandelier that we picked out for this room. Here's our pencil tree. I've gotten rid of all the big round Christmas trees just for ease of traffic and not having to rearrange furniture. This angel was repainted a couple times. It used to be red and green. And here's my grandmother's cross stitch. I forgot to show my last floss tube. It's a wall hanging that I haven't got the hardware on yet, so I just draped it over a frame, but she worked on that a lot. It was a lot of work. And I added black and white check this year to try to update my burgundy, kind of glitzy tree decor that I've had for about 20 years. I liked the ivory and black instead of the white and black. Some special ornaments from trips and lots of memories. little teacup with a mouse, if you can see that. I've started getting a few presents, but I have quite a bit more shopping to do still. My curtains came from Hobby Lobby. They're a black ticking on cream. And this lantern here, oh, actually first I'm going to show you the Christmas cards. We start putting those up with washi tape. And being from a large church, the cards usually go up and around the entire arch. But we'll probably do that by the end of the year. Lots of friends and family. And there's Miss Daleen, another flosstube friend. Thanks for that card, Daleen. And here's the lantern with a single angel and coordinating ribbons to the tree. I need to put some lights in there, but that'll happen eventually. Here's some more hand work I did with little muslin gingerbread men and some Pioneer Woman bowls. And this Santa picture is new from Cracker Barrel this year, and the sled from Hobby Lobby. I intended to make some Santas to put in there, but the wool that I bought from an actual shepherd sort of drove my cats crazy, so I'm going to have to regroup. And that tree I found on the side of the road, a whole bunch of stuff on the side of the road one day, and put it in a galvanized beverage tin. It actually says our name on the front that my sister-in-law gave us. But I thought it looked cute and kind of farmhousey, so there it went. And this wall decor is super handy for changing out. My husband built this for me. I have lots of Christmas pictures over the years, sorry for the glare, and Christmas books that we like to read. And I'll show how I made this wood shelf from the side here in a minute. It's basically just some 1x4s, 1x3s, 1x1s, and I love it. It's great for cross-stitch and needlework to be switched out as well, and you can make it in lots of different sizes. So there's that wall from a distance. And our TV cabinet came from Facebook Marketplace. It's really large and ornate. I really like it. I only gave $50 for it, which was just an amazing deal. I collect Nativities, so several of these were gifts. I'm still in my pajamas in this picture, so excuse the reflection. Bunch of school pictures and kid stuff. I basically just added in the nativities in front of things. And my mom made this giant nativity up here. It has lots of animals and shepherds and shepherdess there. And there's baby Jesus with a light. I thought that turned out really well, the way it shines right on him. The wise men and camels are really beautiful. She did a beautiful job. Probably back in the 80s. I broke one sheep. So far, that's all that's been busted. Here's another set my mom made. She used to do ceramics all the time. And my aunt sent this one from California. It's just a little triptych, hinged. And this is new. I just picked this up last month. My mom sent it home with me. It's a cardboard nativity. I'll show you in a minute when I open the door. A cardboard nativity that was my dad's. My grandma wrote in pencil, purchased in 1944. I love the way she would do that. It had little extra plastic figurines, a little donkey, a crazy looking. And this is a book my kids go through about what God wants for Christmas. It has a present with a mirror in it. Another view of that triptych from my aunt. Wood cutting. Here's an inside view without the glare. That came from Dillard's a long time ago. It plays music. And the new Nativity, I think it's a magnet that we just got the other day. Our Little People Nativity play set is over here so the kids can mess with that. And I have a cloche my mom found at a garage sale. I thought it was really pretty. I like to have things on trays so that everything can be lifted off and cleaned under. That nutcracker came from my in-laws about 15 years ago. And the stockings from Hobby Lobby a couple years ago. On account of the field mice eating our last stockings. Those are newer. I told that story back in the summer. I think I'm adjusting a stocking here, sorry for the weird angle. They just won't hang flat. I fiddled and fiddled with this mantle because I just couldn't get it, but now I like it. I have a new cross-stitch piece on the left that took me about a year overall, just here and there working on. And I have some old partridge in a pear tree candles and painted candy canes I made myself. And a wreath I made about 5 years ago. I just kind of spiffed that wreath up a little bit. There's the block I added, Jesus is the Reason. I designed that cross-stitch block myself. And there's the whole piece. I used the other side of that wood hanging, even though it's not the exact same size. It kind of bugs me a little bit, I'm not going to lie, but I will probably fix that next year. I just threw it up there as a temporary fix. And there's the whole Nativity again.